Greatness. It's hard to define. What qualities truly make a person eminent and distinguished? Today we're looking at the legacy of President James Buchanan. As the only American president born in Pennsylvania, some would say Buchanan ranks among the greatest of Pennsylvanians, and yet historians regularly rank him among the worst of our nation's presidents. Was Buchanan truly such a terrible president? Or is he instead a misunderstood and underappreciated man of greatness? One thing was certain: I have no idea. To find out, I went to Buchanan's home of Wheatland in Lancaster to talk to historian Stephanie Townrow.
You know, James Buchanan was somebody who really made Pennsylvania proud. He was a great businessman in Lancaster. He was a real philanthropist. He gave money to many churches in downtown Lancaster. He was an excellent Secretary of State under President Polk. He was a foreign ambassador to both Russia and England. He was in the Senate and the House of Representatives. Ultimately, he was a really fine statesman.
A fine statesman. So far, so great. But how did he do as president?
On a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to give him a numerical job approval rating, where would you land for James Buchanan's presidency?
I'll give him a 2.
A 2. Not great.
The presidency was the one thing that he did not excel at, in part because of the timing. He became president in 1857 when the country was really already split over the issue of slavery, and it was very difficult for him to be an effective president, and in fact he wasn't a very effective president. In his inaugural address, he said he would only serve for 1 term, but there's very little doubt in my mind that he probably wouldn't have won. Buchanan's vice president, John Breckinridge, ran for president right after Buchanan, but so did Stephen Douglas, and they really split the Democratic Party.
Would it be safe to say that we can thank James Buchanan for the election of Abraham Lincoln?
In many ways, that's true. Certainly, it did help the Republican candidate, who was Lincoln, win. Absolutely.
So that could potentially be a vote in his favor for his legacy, right?
Sure, that's one way of looking at it.
Inadvertently aiding a rival politician to become president wouldn't normally be a sign of greatness, but when that president is Abraham Lincoln, we might just make an exception. With a mixed legacy in public service, we had to look at the bigger picture of Buchanan's accomplishments. Thankfully, Wheatland was the site of one of Buchanan's most notable and innovative achievements.
So we're here at kind of a special building on our property at Wheatland. We're here in front of James Buchanan's privy. Buchanan had the fanciest outhouse. He had a 5-seater, and each seat is a different height and a different width so that everybody in the family had a seat that suited them.
Statesman, philanthropist, toilet innovator. Buchanan may only earn a 2 out of 10, but what a number 2 he was.